Hello, my name's Tanya and this is my channel Just Let Me Sew. Thank you very much for joining me today. Thank you as well if you are a recent subscriber. I have had a few more subscribers lately, so thank you very much and welcome along. I will start by saying what I am wearing. I think I self-drafted this t-shirt, just drew around a t-shirt I already had, and the fabric is very old. It's from Pound Fabrics, just like a thin stretch, like a sort of viscose jersey, not even really sure what it is. And then I am wearing it with this sort of overalls jumpsuit thing, which is a vintage pattern. It's a style pattern, style 4129, and you can have it as overalls or a dress, and it's got these huge patch pockets. I'll see if I can stand up to show you. See, it's got these massive pockets. I've added elastic to the waist. The pattern doesn't come with elastic. I think it's like a belt, but I quite prefer the elastic. And because it was I think it was a charity shop find perhaps, it was in the one size, which is often the case with some vintage patterns. So I just extended it a little bit at the waist so I can get it on and off. And the fabric I got from a fabric shop in Dunfermline in Scotland. I will try and insert the name there because I can never remember the name of the shop. It's got a crafty in it. I'll insert the name anyway. And it's just a 8-ounce denim, I think, from there. So no stretch. Okay, so what have I been up to lately? So last weekend it was bank holiday in the UK, and we went up to visit my brother and his family who live in Norfolk in Diss. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that I do sometimes buy fabric from Legend Textiles, who are based in Norfolk. So I couldn't pass up the opportunity to go and have a look. I've never visited their shop before, so I was very keen to go and have a little wander around. So I emailed Josh beforehand to say, is it all right to come along and maybe film a little bit? So I will insert some footage of the shop here. So it's a lovely little shop. It's not on the high street. It's set off the road in sort of like a, not industrial unit, but a sort of retail unit, I suppose. You go in and they've got crafting cottons as you go in one particular room, and then you go through and it's all the dressmaking fabrics. So shelves and shelves of fabrics to look at. Yeah, amazing prices, as you already probably know from me hammering on about Legend Textiles. But yeah, some of the fabrics I got, well, all of them were fantastic value for money, and I will show you some of those fabrics now. So the first one I got was something I had genuinely been looking for and was going to buy online, and it's really wrinkled because it's just been through the wash and I haven't ironed it yet. It is a gingham, little mini check gingham, looking really, really creased. Sorry about that. I think it's a poly cotton, and that was £1.99 a metre. It is the shorter width, as always is the case with gingham. So I bought double to make up for that. So I think I actually got about 5 metres just because at that price. I thought I'll get enough to cover me for whatever I decide to make with it. But I do know what I want to make. I want to make a blouse with it. And I want to remake the New Look blouse that I made a few months ago in a lilac poly cotton with the big collar, which has a little frill around it. I'll try and insert a picture of it here. And I want to kind of recreate a look that I have seen. I've got a couple of photos pinned on my Pinterest, and I'll try and insert those here as well. So that is what I'm going to use that one for. I also bought, I think it's a Ponte, and I spied it on their counter and they had it all folded up ready to go out in an order, and I asked, have you got any more of that left? And she said, no, that's the last bit, but I have got a remnant that's got a bit of a stain on it, so you can have it for £1 a metre, which was brilliant. And it's this lovely raspberry colour, and it's not too heavy, so I think I'll make maybe like a light jumper out of it. Beautiful, really, really soft, really good quality. I haven't washed that one yet. And I bought another couple of fabrics. So I also bought incredible value, some wool fabric. Now, usually I steer away from wool because I've got really sensitive skin, but this is really, really soft. It must be mixed with something, but she did say it was wool. And I'm thinking a pair of work trousers. And it's this beautiful navy. So that's a true navy, not like a French navy, a dark navy. Lovely drape to it. And I couldn't believe it was only £9.99 a metre. And for wool, that's brilliant. A lot of places it would be near £20 a metre. And it is lovely. I've never sewn with wool before. And if anyone can advise, should I pre-wash it? I know people say treat the fabric how you're going to treat it. But I'm just worried that it's going to shrink or it's going to make it do strange things. I don't know. And also, I don't really want to tie myself into dry cleaning work trousers, you know, like once a week or something. So any suggestions on that? How do you wash wool fabric? Do you pre-wash it? What do I do with it? That would be great. So love that. And then another one I bought, the last one I bought, is possibly for me, but I was thinking more for my niece and my daughter. So they had this brilliant tie-dye jersey. I mean, how fun is that? I love it. It's great. It's a really good weight. Not sure what the composition is actually. Could test it, but it's got a good stretch to it. Not particularly sheer, it's fine. So I was thinking to make them a couple of little t-shirt dresses for the summer out of that. I know my niece would definitely wear it. My daughter would probably say she likes it and then decide she doesn't like it. The dresses I shared in my So Frugal video last week, she won't wear one of them now because she says it's too ugly because it has leaves on it. She wanted more flowers on it, so she won't wear it anymore. So would she wear this? I don't know. But if she doesn't, that would be a brilliant t-shirt. That's proper 90s, isn't it? Like an oversized t-shirt or a nice little stretch dress. Love that, really pleased with that. And that was £2, £3 a metre. Really, really good value as well for that. So those are my purchases from Legend Textiles. They were lovely in there, really, really nice. And there were two ladies serving. I can't remember, I don't think I asked their names actually, I'm afraid. But they were both lovely. Very welcoming, let me do my filming, let us take our time. I went with my sister-in-law and my niece, who is 3, and the lady behind the counter was serving was lovely. My niece was taking out all the tubes of buttons and lining them up on the floor like dominoes, and they had these little rocking horses because her grandchildren go and visit her at the shop as well. So she was just fine with my little 3-year-old niece pottering around and occupying herself. They were really, really lovely. So if you are nearish to Norfolk, I think it's Thetford where the shop is, do pop in and give them a visit because they are lovely people. So while I am talking about fabrics that I bought, I have really slipped on the fabric buying and I've been really, really naughty. I think I was probably like congratulating myself on getting a new job, which is ironic really because I'm not going to have that much time to sew, but I thought I'd get some nice fabrics. Anyway, I will show you the rest of them. I bought from First for Fabrics and also from Sew Me Sunshine. The First for Fabrics, I got 2 fabrics and I will just grab those. So the first one that I bought from First for Fabrics is a plain double gauze. I thought that would be great to have for the summer. It's really good quality as always from First for Fabrics. And I just want to make myself a little top that would be quite versatile, go with lots of different things. I thought white is lovely for the summer. So got that one. I think I got 1.5 meters of that. So yeah, be making a little top from that. And then the second one I got, I was totally inspired by Victoria from Little Rosy Cheeks, at the Stitch Festival. She was wearing an awesome jumpsuit. It was the Blanca, is it called Blanca flight suit, jumpsuit? And she had it in this very same fabric. I don't know if she got it from First for Fabrics, but I have been thinking about it and how brilliant it is. It's this denim, pink and white stripe, quite a good weight to it, hasn't got any stretch in it at all, teeny little bit of give that way. So I'm thinking of making, I'm not sure if I'd be brave enough to make a jumpsuit, but I'm not sure, maybe trousers. It's just gorgeous. It's such lovely, lovely fabric. Maybe some trousers, maybe a jumpsuit if I feel brave enough. And they've got it in lots of different colours as well. The usual blues, I think they had a green, maybe a sort of mustard colour, I think. Lovely, love that fabric. And I thought I had bought those two items. I was putting my children to bed, waiting for them to fall asleep, and I had it all in my basket and I just thought I bought it. And then a couple of days went by and I thought, oh, I never got a confirmation email from First of Fabrics. And then I panicked because I realised I hadn't bought it. And I thought, oh no, it's going to have gone out of stock, but they still had some left. So crisis averted. I got the fabric, love it. And then the next shop was Sew Me Sunshine, and I got totally sucked in by the remnants offers that they had on, and I will grab those for you. So the first remnant they had, I think there's 90 centimetres, no 60 centimetres, so I can squeeze perhaps a t-shirt out of this, and it's brilliant. I have seen this in other shops, I think, but it's got that green, sort of purpley pink, black and white animal print on it. Fantastic, love that. Should be able to get a t-shirt out of that. And it's a viscose jersey, so it's nice and light. The next one I had seen, I think it was Fabric Godmother was selling it as well. And when I saw that Sew Me Sunshine had it for remnant, there's 94 centimetres here. So I think I can squeeze a little blouse out of this. I've got a little vintage Vogue blouse pattern that I love. And it's this amazing neon pink cotton, a cotton embroidered dobby, neon pink. And I know that Fabric Godmother had this, and they had it in pink, yellow and green, I think. Definitely in yellow, I think. So I love that. And then while I was there, I noticed this beautiful linen that Sam from Sequin Girly had made herself a romper jumpsuit out of, and I loved the fabric and couldn't find it, and then found it, Sew Me Sunshine, and it is this gorgeous pink and black check. I just think that's brilliant, so much fun. And I got 2.5 meters of that. Can't decide what I want to make. I might make another one of these because I live in these in the summer. So comfortable. Maybe a dress, but I don't really wear dresses very often. But 2.5 meters of that. It's got good drape. It's a little bit sheer actually, so would need perhaps lining, but love that. Such fun. So there we go. A pile of fabrics that I did not need to buy and I should not have bought, but I liked them. So yes, sorry about that. Next thing I wanted to talk about was Me Made May. So I have in previous years tried to take a photo of my outfit every day and post it on Instagram. But I found this year that it's just not really been doable. I don't know why. I just haven't got round to doing it. So I think what I'll do at the end of May is just do a sort of recap of what I have learned from Me Made May. And what I want to have a think about during the month of May is mainly what I am actually wearing, what I'm wearing in my wardrobe. And I think what I struggle with in this country is that May, the weather is still pretty unpredictable in the UK. At the moment, we've got gorgeous sunshine, really lovely weather, but that's going to be changing soon. So it can be raining and cold. So that means I'm not really bringing down my summer wardrobe yet. So I'm doing Me Made May with my wintry autumn clothes. All my summer clothes are still on top of the wardrobe in a box, which is sad really. I do need to bring them down, just force myself to wear summery clothes. But I do pretty much know already the things that I love wearing and the things that I just don't really wear anymore, that just aren't me anymore. And I'm pretty good at forcing myself to use things. Like I've got some t-shirts in my drawers, long sleeve t-shirts that I have had for years, and those patterns, they're just not me anymore. The fabric patterns, they're not me anymore. So I wear them because I have them, but I don't enjoy wearing them. And I want to start making items that are really me, like making considered choices in my fabrics. I think all of those fabrics there, they are much more to my style now. And that's normal, isn't it? You know, our styles do change over the years. Some of these things, as I said, I've had for years and years. So it's only natural that we change what we like and what we don't. So I think I do need to have a little bit of a clear out of my wardrobe. Some of the things I might be able to make into t-shirts for my daughter. Some of them don't fit me. Maybe I could repurpose them for myself. So hopefully by the end of May, I will have had a chance to do that and to be able to decide what I'm going to do with these things in my wardrobe. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is what I have been making since my last video. So I made myself another pair of the Peppermint pants, the wide leg pants, and I will post a picture, put a picture here of me wearing them. I made them in a green cotton canvas, which I also got from Legend Textiles, and they do still have it in stock. Hasn't got any stretch, it's a nice sturdy, robust weight. I shortened them, I think, by a couple of inches. I'm only 5'5", not particularly tall, but I don't think I've got the longest legs. So they were sort of hitting me just at the top of my shoe, which made it seem sort of like unintentionally short trousers. So I've shortened them a little bit so they definitely look like they're meant to be cropped. And I'll just grab them for you to show you some of the details. So here they are in this nice sturdy green cotton canvas. I used a zip that I had in my stash, and I think I got it at a charity shop. It was like one that had been taken out of some clothes that someone had made. It was like an unpicked zip with this quite cool old school zipper on it. I inserted a little label from Little Rosy Cheeks which says "You deserve to dream," like that. And the pockets I lined with a beautiful cotton fabric that I got from Eco Fabrics, that lovely floral. So you just get that little pop of colour. Yeah, so I really like the Peppermint pants, and this being the second pair that I've made, I found them much easier to put together. The only real sticking point for me was the waistband last time, and this time I was really careful inserting it. I made a really careful note of the number of each pattern piece, because you've got the centre back pattern piece and then the left and the right, they are different. So it's like piece number 9, 7 and 8, something like that. And so I made a really careful note of that. I made sure all my notches were exactly where they should be. There is a bit of easing in to do. It's a curved waistband, so I was quite careful at how I did that, and it's come together really well. So I am pleased with that. Yeah, and this time I did manage to get in a horizontal button. My last pair I had to do it diagonally because of all the bulk. So I did quite a lot of trimming on the seams as well to make sure I could get that in easily. Yeah, so that went well. I would say perhaps with the pockets for the Peppermint pants, the wide leg pants, let me just flip this round for you. They are really wide pockets. So if I put my hand in, the pocket goes right up here, right up to the fly. So when I put my phone in there, for example, it's, you know, right in the middle. So I might adjust that next time so it's a little bit shorter, because it's just a bit too roomy, which you don't often find with pockets. It is nice to have roomy pockets, I suppose, but it's perhaps a little bit too roomy. So that's one thing for next time that I might change. And then the button was just one of those random buttons you have in your button stash. that I think was handed down from a grandmother some point in time. Yeah, so that was those. I think I would also add some back patch pockets because that's quite nice to have as well. Yeah, might do that in the future as well. So my second pair of Peppermint pants. Another thing I made was just randomly one Friday night, I wanted to make something, nothing particular in mind, had a little look in my fabric stash and had a piece of black sweatshirt fabric. And I thought, I'm going to make myself a jumper. I quite like jumpers that go with anything, so they're just one colour. So I wanted to make it a little bit different, not just plain black, and I added a ruffle. So I'll insert a picture of me wearing it here. I posted it on Instagram and it was definitely giving me David vibes from, I won't say the full name because YouTube probably won't like it, but I'll call it The Creek, S Creek, if you know, you know the programme. Brilliant programme, love it. So it's giving me definite David vibes. So how I made it was I got hold of a jumper, a sweatshirt that I know fits me and I like wearing, folded it in half and just traced around it, adding on a seam allowance. For the shoulders, the jumper that I traced around had just normal standard shoulder seams up here, but I wanted mine to have a drop shoulder. So I just carried that line down a little bit and then sort of just, how would you say, graded it in, that's the word, graded it into the normal side seam line there. And then just started my sleeve piece a bit lower down and added on a ruffle. I've talked about this in one of my previous vlogs because I made a couple of t-shirts this way as well. I just measured the width of the sleeve and did a times it by 1.5 to make the ruffle, gather the ruffle, attached it onto the sleeve piece and then attached the sleeve with the ruffle onto the sweatshirt. Yeah, really pleased with how that worked out. And then I just did some ribbing. I luckily had a little bit of black ribbing in my stash for the cuffs and for the neckband. And then I just hemmed the bottom of the jumper so it'd be nice and loose. So brilliant, nice comfy jumper. Thank you to everyone that gave me some suggestions of what to do with the pink double gauze fabric that I mentioned last time. So I got it under the iron and it was impossible really to press it so that the wrinkliness, if that's a word, was consistent throughout. In some parts I could get a really nice good press to take out a lot of that wrinkling, but other places the wrinkle just wasn't going as well, so it looked really patchy and a bit messy. So I think what I'm going to do, my daughter loves pink. I will make her a little dress or a skirt or something for the summer out of that. So I'll keep it to its true wrinkliness and just make her a dress out of that. And hopefully she will actually wear it. And what else am I working on at the moment? I know what I wanted to show you. Give me one sec. So I am making a blouse for my sister. I have made her one of these before. It's the McCalls M7325, which I have made for myself a couple of times. And the one that I made her, because she lives up in Scotland, is kind of hard to do fitting. So we had her measurements and we did I tried it on over the phone to her to see if she liked the way it was looking. But when she got it, it was too long for her, and also the neck came down like really, really far. So that needed to be taken up, and also the length needs to be taken up. So I said, would you like me to make you another one? She said yes. And I am in the process of doing that. So this is the top in progress. It's not finished yet, obviously. So I've got the sleeves, these lovely big sleeves attached to the bodice front and the bodice back. I wanted to also show you how important it is to finish your seams or the edging of your pattern pieces as you go, because the pattern does not tell you to do that. But with this pattern, it's really fiddly to go back in afterwards because of the construction method. So what I have done at this point is that I have before attaching the sleeve, I have overlocked, serged, is that going to focus? Yep. The edge of each sleeve piece, and then when I've sewn it together, sewn the sleeve up, I've pressed it open. It's quite hard to see in black, sorry about that. But yeah, just pressed it open. So finish those fabric edges beforehand. And then you can also finish your bodice pieces as well. Is that going to focus? I mean, it's just a serged edge. There's not much really to see. So important to do that. In fact, I was just about to go ahead and start inserting the bottom panel when I realised I hadn't finished the top of it. So those are my gathering stitches there. So I'm going to take that to the overlocker in a minute and do that, because once it's on, it's really hard to finish. Yeah, so that was one point that I wanted to mention. And what I'm actually doing this weekend is, by the time this video goes out, I will already be there. But I am surprising my sister. As I mentioned earlier, she lives up in Scotland. I'm surprising her with a little visit to go and see her for the weekend, because I start my new job on Monday. I'll be working full time, so I'll be a bit busy and it won't be as easy to go and visit her. I'll probably be quite tired. So I thought I'll book in a surprise visit to go and see her. So me and my daughter, we're flying up on Friday evening to go and see her. So she's going to get a knock at her door at about 9 o'clock Friday evening saying, "Hi, we're here." So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the shock on her face when we are there on her doorstep. So that would be lovely. And I can hopefully take that up to her as a little surprise gift as well. What else I wanted to have a go at making before I started my new job, but I don't think it's going to happen, was making some work trousers. I have cut out the pattern pieces. I need to cut out the fabric as well. Just some wide leg trousers. Can't remember the name of the pattern. I will pop it up here if I can, just for work. And I had also wanted to make myself that little gingham blouse for work, which I'm not sure I'm going to get round to doing. So because I'm starting my new job, I think I'm probably going to have less time. Well, I'm definitely going to have less time to sew. So I'm going to be doing these videos, as I have been pretty much for a while now, doing them once a fortnight. Hopefully I will still have some sewing makes. I think while I'm finding my feet, finding that pattern of how to fit in some sewing, it might be a little bit slower, but hopefully I will still have some makes to share with you and little life updates and that sort of thing. So before I go, there was a small channel shout out that I wanted to do. So this is for a sewing vlog that I've started watching, and it is called Ripper Seams. She's got a really nice style, really nicely edited videos as well. So go and check out her channel if you are looking for a new channel to watch as well. So that's Ripper Seams, and I will try and link her channel down below. So that is me for today. Thank you very much for watching and for sticking with me and my long ramblings and all my fabric. And I hope to see you in a couple of weeks. Hope you are well wherever you are and get some sewing done. Take care. Bye.